Hey, it's Camo with Nashville Access, Facebook Live, stop looking at me. Facebook Live, the MV2 Sessions. We're here at MV2 Entertainment on Music Row in one of their cool writers' rooms. It feels like I know you already, and we just met.
I know. I feel the same.
Look, boys and girls, it's Cherish Lee.
Hello!
You have kind of a cool legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Tell people who your mama and daddy are.
All right. So, for those of you out there familiar with good old TV land, my mom is Charlene Tilton from the hit TV show Dallas. She played Lucy Ewing. Yeah. And my Papa Bear is Johnny Lee. He did the song Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places and Cherokee Fiddle for Urban Cowboy, which is the very first true crossover from country to pop.
It was, and it's funny because people talk about, this pop country stuff, and say, well, what do you think about, the urban cowboy stuff, Looking for Love, and all that kind of, that's good country stuff. But back then, people were freaking out because that was pop music that was going to ruin country.
Yeah, I know.
But you look back on it, it's like, wow. Yeah, we've got drum tracks and drum loops.
Bro country. Somebody asked me, they were like, what is bro country? And I was like, well, okay. Yeah, something like that.
See, it's funny, too, because back then, your dad wore a Stetson, but you had all the Stetson guys, and they called them hat acts. So, George Strait made it big, so then every label had to get a hat act.
Yeah.
And then the hats changed to ball caps, and everybody had to get somebody wearing a ball cap until somebody started turning it around, and everybody had to get somebody that's wearing a ball cap.
Well, the funny thing is, it was between a Charlie One Horse and my ball cap today. My mom's like, why do you have to wear any hat? Your hair's so beautiful. Like,
that's the TV side.
Yeah.
The music side is, just throw a cap on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my folks.
Cool. So, you've got a new single called Tequila Cowgirl, and it's a cool song.
Thank you.
Now, you were just telling me the album it was done.
It was done.
Yeah, it was, but like so many other people lately, it's like kind of an afterthought. I got a song that I really want to get on that album.
I was sad that this song wasn't actually going to make it on the album, and I was like, well, I could do it for the next one. But I'm already thinking about my Christmas album for 2018, so I'm like, well, maybe I'll focus on my Christmas album, and then the next album, I want this song on this album. So we're actually leaving here and then going back into the studio. I was like, hey Nate, it's Cherish. What do you think about... Yeah, so
you can pull that off, but a guy calls up and is like, dude, I got another song. It's like, no, we're done.
Well, yeah.
But it's like, I got another song. Oh, okay.
It's one of those, it's a really good song. Like, I really feel like it could be the new If I Die Young by the Band Perry. Cool. But this album, it's got such a crazy story to it. So I was in contracts, stuck in contracts for a very long time. Yeah. And as soon as I got the free and clear, my husband and I got married Christmas Eve 2015. We conceived our baby sometime in January, late January, and then had our son.
Thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely. But so I was 9 months pregnant and I got the free and clear from everything. And I was like, all right, I've got to do this for myself because otherwise I feel like something major would have been stolen from me. So my son was 2.5 months, and because I was tied up, I wasn't really making any money. And I respectfully, to my family, had $1,500 to make an album. And everybody in Nashville was like, you can't record an album.
That can't even get you a demo track.
Yeah.
Here.
So, but...
Wow.
Lo and behold, Cherish Lee does her thing, and I've got a kick-ass album for. Can I? Yes. Yeah. So anyways, sorry. Earmuffs.
What was that again?
It was a kick-ass album. Yeah. I now have the mom mouth where I like mute certain words, but because of the baby at home. But
it's like Kevin Fowler's pound sign. I feel like pound sign question mark.
Yeah, we mute them at home. But so I got this album done, And it's one of those where I've had to learn how to wear every hat along the way and do it quickly. And now I'm kind of just defying the odds with all of this. You know, I've got this album that costs nothing. I've got a music video out there. It's Cherish Lee, Tequila Cowgirl. It's on YouTube. And we're going to release it, the full album, January 2018.
Nice.
And then do the release party at some point in February. I'll have the Rosy Hips open up for me, which Jeremiah is a part of, and they're not country at all.
Okay, it's a band, because that just sounded really wrong. So, I mean, when you've got parents that have that kind of pedigree, did you feel kind of pressure to go one way or the other, acting or music, or?
A little bit. I don't know about pressure. My mom and dad were both really supportive and like, whatever you want to do, just do it full-heartedly. But of course, my mom was like, she saw my talent and really wanted me to do that. And somebody asked if I had rebelled at all. I'm like, yeah, I dated bad guys and had a dog walking business. Like, so yes, I did rebel.
You're an outlaw.
Well, and I have a bunch of tattoos for people who get.
We can talk about tattoos.
Yeah, I talk about it in one of my songs called "This Ain't Your Grandma's Country Song," where it pays homage to the old country music and the new.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That ain't country.
That's something.
That's something entirely different. So, when you're working with a small budget like that, because quite frankly, the ink you've got is costing more than
over time.
The album. You know, how do you pull that off?
I met a drummer in Nashville.
Oh, so not a real musician.
Well, here's the thing. So I met this gentleman named Nate Wadan in Texas. He was playing, and he got off stage, and I was like, "Brother, I have to work with you. You're amazing." And he was like, "Well, I'm headed out to Nashville," and I was like, "I'm headed out to Nashville." So, anyways, under these contractual things, I wasn't able to use him, and once I got out the free and clear, I made a couple phone calls, and somebody was like, "We'll get you in the studio for, $10,000. We'll get you Carrie Underwood's players." And I'm like, "Well, that would be amazing, but I don't have $10,000, and I'll let Carrie be Carrie and Cherish do Cherish, and because they're amazing and incredible, and it's just not quite what I was going for." And so I was talking to Nate, and I was like, "Man, I've got this other producer, but he can't quite house your setup in his studio." I was like, "I just want to record my album." I was like, "I don't even care if it's done in a basement." And he was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to record in my basement?" I said, "Will you produce my album?" So Nate respectfully let me be the artist, songwriter, and mother. And I could only give so much into this. $1,500, my heart and soul, but not all of my time because of my son. My son spent a lot of time with me in the studio, but the musicians who were a part of it were a part of it because they loved the music, they loved the story. They were like, "Yeah, go do it. Let's be a part of it," and they're part of it because it's different. Yeah.
It's different, but it's not.
Yeah.
It fits right in on country radio real nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's a cool song. You want to do it?
Yeah, well, we could do Tequila Cowgirl, or we could do This Ain't Your Grandma's Country Song.
Let's do Tequila Cowgirl, because that's a single. We'll do the other one later.
Yeah. All right. So this is Tequila Cowgirl, which is actually the title of the album as well. So. Restless as
I said when I was promoting this that we talk about tattoos because you got your tats.
I do.
You like your ink.
I do. So does my dad. My dad actually has a camel tattooed on his big toe. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Lee. Ronnie Ree has a camel toe.
And he's proud of it, too.
And he's proud of it. Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's absolutely genius.
He just made cameras dark red.
It's warm in here. Seeing your dad's ink, did that kind of...
I think so, yeah. I mean, we always joke, and I'm like, oh, if my mom would have gotten a boy, he would have been a dancer on Broadway with a feather boa, and instead she got a Harley riding tattooed daughter that she likes tequila. And it was part of it. I actually saw Cher in concert when If I Could Turn Back Time, when that was out. And she had her see-through pants on and stuff, and she had tattoos on her legs, and I was like, I want that. So, well, I have one on my leg. It was my first one. My dad and I turned 18. Yeah. And we were in Missouri. And it was, my birthday's in August. So super hot summer day. And we had a couple 6-packs of beer. Mm-hmm. That's dads and daughters. It is what it is. So he was like, what do you want to do? I said, let's go get tattoos. So we went and found the nearest tattoo shop in Branson, Missouri. Cool. And I think the place is burnt down by now, thank God. But we went in there and said, we want tattoos. The guy was like, well, I can't tattoo you. You're obviously drunk. We're like, well, what do you drink? So we went and bought that man some booze, picked one off the wall, and said, we want this on our ankle. It's, number one, not on our ankle. Yeah. And it's a terrible tattoo. But he did a terrible job twice. Oh, that's good. So at least it's consistent. Yeah.
You got that going for you.
So my dad has, from the knee down, a camel toe and a dolphin tattoo.
Yeah. Wow. It's funny because getting that first one is that's probably the biggest decision. Yeah. You know, especially because you're thinking, okay, I got to have this for a long time. I don't want it to be stupid.
Well, I learned my mistake with the first one. We'll just say that. This one was actually like the plunge in. Yeah, that's a commitment. This is my commitment. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, now that one was my commitment. That was the big one.
I love that.
And that was done in England. That was...
It's a great portrait.
And and then that was my most recent one. So my original first one is up here. Yeah, and it's a wolf, and that was because I thought, okay, I can be 85 and not look stupid with that one on me, you know. So.
Here's this one. Well, I always say the older generation is going to be very odd. There's going to be a bunch of 80 and 90-year-old women with big boobs and tattoos.
Yeah. Nobody thinks about the long run.
Yeah. I did. I'm like, I'll just, whatever. I mean, and we have this thing where we're like, you want to see our new tattoo? Want to see my new tattoo? You go ahead and you drop your trousers, and then you pull down your sleeve.
Yeah, maybe that's what Harley should get into is old age homes. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's a great fit.
Absolutely.
Most of the guys that ride Harleys now are 65, 70 years old. So.
I know. It was always very fun to be on my bike where you stop at a stoplight and you have the other guys like,
So this is a perfect lead in to the next song. Uh-huh. So you want to do that one for us?
Yeah, it's called This Ain't Your Grandma's Country Song. And
because you ain't your grandma's country girl.
That's correct. I was actually very nervous to meet my husband's Mima, but she loves me, so I did wear long sleeves that day. This ain't your grandma's country song. It pays homage to older country music and talks about the evolution of it. The lyrics are fun.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Try not to blow your mic out. All right. Get this ain't your grandma's country song. Safe to say that all high when doing this play still get a million wailing on. This ain't your grandma's country song. This ain't your grandma's country song. This ain't your grandma's country song. This ain't your grandma's. This ain't your grandma's. No, this ain't your grandma's. This ain't your grandma's country song. Oh, oh,
Cool.
That's your hit right there.
Thank you.
Some pretty cool picking there, by the way.
Thank you.
Jeremiah Sharp is, I have known him forever, and he is in a group called the Rosie Hips, and they're a big booming band in Missouri and
Cool.
in Oklahoma and stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
I am honored to have him here.
Yes, pretty fancy picking.
You should
Thank
see
you.
him on the Christmas song.
Okay. That sounds like a challenge. So tell us what you got going on the next little while.
Well, I have to go grocery shopping. I've got a vacuum. I'm literally hopping in the studio right after this to record one last song called Diamonds and Flaws, which we will be putting on the album.
Nice.
And then scramble to get it up for pre-sale. Good stocking stuffer. And we're preparing. Like I said, I'm already working on the Christmas album.
Well, this is a good
And-
time to be doing it for next year because so
Yeah.
many people record their Christmas albums in like July,
Mhm.
and then it's the photo session. So
We've got sweat
yeah, and
rings.
it's all right. You're gonna put on a wool scarf now and
Yeah.
look like you're cold.
Well, that's a funny thing. I did a Ben Harper music video, and it was called "Steal My Kisses,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was a freezing cold day,
Yeah.
and we were all in bikinis running around in the water.
Yeah, I did a film earlier this year in February, and it was the coldest day of the year, and we were shooting down in Jackson, and we had to pretend it was summer. So short sleeves, and you.
Why do they do that?
I don't know because
Because they're releasing.
at some point your body just says, I don't care about continuity. I'm going to start shaking now.
Yeah, your
It's so
body said,
cold.
"You stupid."
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never talked like that before. Sorry.
Well, thanks for doing it on the show because that's nice.
It's an exclusive.
That's right. We have an exclusive on this.
Yeah, I'm learning to filter.
Yeah.
I'm growing up, some say.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Stop it. Just stop it there. Yeah.
So is Nashville home?
Nashville is home. Working on putting together a tour as well.
Cool.
So I keep saying I'm going to put up a tour schedule. And it's kind of like the chicken or the egg. You need dates to get a tour, a booking agent.
Yeah.
But you need the booking agent
to
to.
get the
So
dates.
I'm getting clever with that too.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and you can accomplish what you can see. I won't take no for an answer. I'll
Cool.
just keep going.
Cool. That's why you did this because you just wouldn't take no for an answer.
I'm knocking on their door.
That's
Let
right.
me do
No,
this.
it's great because as soon as when Michael said you interested in interviewing Cherish, I said, yeah, excellent, cool, because the song's really good.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I'm excited. I'm proud of this. This is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and crossed eyes. And somebody asked her, like, how do you do this? Like, being a wife and a new mom and launching a music career and 3 dogs. And I was like, well, I don't sleep. And then later on they asked, well, where do you see yourself in 10 years? And I said, sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean that is a lot. It's hard enough when you're just starting out and you don't have to worry about kids and dogs, and it's like it's just you. But it's a whole other thing when you have this whole family thing established already, and priorities are hard to figure out.
Well, that's kind of the reason why Wyatt was in the studio with me a lot of the time. And on days where it does get really odd and busy, it's kind of those moments where I step back and I'm like, okay, I'm not okay with that because that took away too much from him.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I've got my priorities. Well,
Do you think you have a lot to prove?
No, it's not a lot to prove. I feel like I'm really, really proud of this.
Yeah.
And when my husband and I were laying in bed and I launched my video on YouTube, we're sitting there, I'm like, wow, I recorded an album in Nashville. I've got my music video up, and I looked over, my husband's crying. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm so proud of you.
See, when my wife looks over and I'm crying, it's because I have a cramp. That's the difference, the age thing. You know? It's toe cramp.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like, honestly, I've accomplished a lot. Like, I'm in a very, very wonderful, happy marriage. I look at my husband, and I'm like, I will be with you for the rest of my life.
Cool.
And we've got an incredible, healthy baby boy. And I've got the music, and I'm happy.
And it's going to be Christmas soon.
Yeah.
You want to do the Christmas song?
Yes!
See, how you would never ask. See, this is how I work stuff in. It's just the subtlety.
Oh, you just made my day.
There you go.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay. Oh my gosh, and it's not... What you call me?
You got it.
So take them up. This is called Stay Warm, I think. Let's go outside where the trees are dressed in white, and we'll find a way to stay warm. The lights all burn bright, yes, they shine for us tonight, and it's you that I adore. A smile from you is better than gold. It could never grow old. And don't ever lose your charm. It warms my heart. Do that picking thing. Jeremiah Sharp. Let's go outside where the trees are dressed in white. We'll find a way to stay warm. We'll find a way to stay
That's cool. A little bit of Ricky Lee Jones note bending going on there. That's really neat.
Thank you for letting me do it. It's so fun. I'm
Cool.
like so excited about the Christmas song.
That's a cool song. I like the kind of jazz
Yeah.
stuff going on. It's neat.
Thank you.
Cool. It's great having you. How can people connect with you and social media and all that stuff?
Let's see. There's the good old-fashioned website, which is www.cherishleemusic.com, and it's CHERISHLEE music.com.
MOUSE.
And it'll take you to my Facebook and my Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. Don't message me on Twitter. I won't ever see it. I'm on there. I don't remember my password, so and somehow I still tweet. It's amazing. Yeah. But yes, there's always fun stuff there. So. Cool.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
I really love having you come by.
It's so wonderful to know you guys.
Oh, same here. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, you guys, the Rosy Hips.
Yeah.
They're
check us out.
There's so much fun music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cherish Lee, it's great having you.
Thank you.
Have a great Christmas.
Yeah, you too. Merry Christmas.
Talk to you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.